Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous E. And here's her story. And this is something she asked me to jump to the front of her story, so this is out of sequence. Hey, Ollie, again, if you could move this to the top of my stack. I have to skip ahead of the story again. I hit a snag with the histrionics thing. Everybody's hung up now. I mean, not everybody, but I'm getting a lot of emails about histrionics and panic emails in some cases, and it's all women that they might be histrionic themselves. And what does it mean? What is it? Histrionic is an overreaction to everything, where you're having a panic attack, being triggered over anything or everything, like this bottle, maybe, and then it's just about your meltdown, and now everybody's got to comfort you about your meltdown. It's another form of narcissism in the spectrum. It's histrionic personality disorder. Now, is some of it coming from abuse, from being raised by a narcissist? Sure, absolutely. Okay, but if you're using that, it's just another means of control in the narcissism playbook. This overreaction that everybody has to. Now, everything stops because of you and your meltdown and your triggering, and it's nonstop, and it's just emotional vampirism. And whether you're legitimately doing it consciously, or you don't realize you're doing it, or why you're doing it, there's only so much of it anybody can take. There's only so much. Eventually, you're just going to suck every bit of energy, life, ability to listen, to deal with, to talk you down. You're going to use that and you're gone. That's it. Gone. And they're going to label you as toxic. The way I felt and behaved during my recent memory flood makes me question my own behavior. I'm attaching a text thread between my mother-in-law, husband's dad's longtime girlfriend, and I shortly after I went no contact with Drunkie. Husband's real mom is a wonderful woman, but also a trash receptacle for the family. I call real mom MIL1 and this bitch MIL2. MIL2 is a cluster B, I'm pretty sure. I think she's closet drunkie number 2. She doesn't ever call me, never has. It is known throughout the family that husband's dad, Big W, was cheating on MIL1 with MIL2, but it's never spoken about. MIL2 is vain, materialistic, obsessive about her house being clean. She has never liked me, but pretends to. First thing she ever said to me when we met was, "Well, aren't you a thing? I used to be tiny like that at your age too. I should have known then." Sounds like how my grandmother would greet everybody. Oh, my mother said the same thing about Charlene as well. Oh, well, no, my mother said I had a better body than Charlene. Thanks. Anyway, she has never liked me or cared about me. When my husband shared my no contact situation with Big W, MIL2 texted me. At a certain point during our texting, I saw clearly what she was doing and got triggered. You'll know what I mean. I just kind of let go of all my resentments at once, like a volcano. Anyway, now I'm wondering if I'm histrionic and feel guilty. MIL2 is ignoring me now. Thanks, Ollie. And I should have sent these over a couple emails. Oh my God. It's funny you say MIL2 might be drunkie number 2. Because these text messages were sent on 7/10/18, the day drunkie died. The first thing sent is a word quote. You didn't make a mistake by loving them. You didn't make a mistake by giving them a chance. You didn't make a mistake by trusting them, believing them, or being there for them. The mistake was their choice to make by not representing and appreciating your beautiful heart. Nija Zebian. That's like a word porn quote. Under it, I'm thinking about you today and loving you very much. Thank you, I needed that. This has been the hardest thing I've ever been through. I love you. Have a blessed day. I know, honey. Just give it time. Give it the time it needs according to God's plan to work out, and don't rush anything. Just pray about it, and God will guide you through it. I'm here for you. This is anonymous again. I'm remembering things I'd repressed and hated, and her hatred began when I was just a sweet little baby girl. It explains so much about me. Hey, the truth shall set you free, right? Okay. The response, that's what they say. It's hard for me to imagine being willfully unkind to your child. I know we all make mistakes thinking where... On to the next one. Wait a minute. Oh, I think these are out of order. Oh, there it is. I know we all make mistakes thinking we're doing what's right, only to later realize it wasn't. I know that very well. I find it unthinkable that one abuses their child on purpose. I hope you learn the truth. Anonymous C. She says she doesn't remember, but I have spoken with my childhood best friend to confirm. When I started school, she switched to verbal and emotional abuse. It's so confusing when I see the truth. She is nice sometimes, but mostly just avoidant. And she claims not to remember anything. Nothing. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm a mom now, and I'd remember picking up my child by their hair and throwing her across the room. Exactly. We'd all remember things like that, but they never do. How come we know we would remember doing something like that? Oh my God, I have so many memories I can't even talk about. If I could forgive her, if I could forgive her, if she would. All right, on to the next one. I could forgive her if she would apologize, but she still abuses me in covert ways and is still a drunk, sexually inappropriate person. I don't like her. Response from mother-in-law too. I know, and please understand, I'm not taking her side. I think our minds are funny, and there may be something going on you're unaware of, repression on her part. Maybe she was just in a blackout when the abuse occurred, and I'm not making excuses or saying any of it is right, okay? But sometimes things happen that come about from other things, like what she may have been through herself or what was going on. It doesn't matter. Anybody who makes excuses for sexually abusing and physically abusing your child, okay, is a piece of shit themselves, is because they're capable of doing it themselves. They're revealing to you who they are. There's no excuse for this type of fucking parent. There is no excuse for it. But sometimes things happen that come about from other things, like what she may have been through herself or was going through at the time. And I would hope that the two of you could go see someone who could help you with all of this. If she doesn't want to help you understand, that's something else entirely. But just be able to come to a place of peace between yourselves. I believe God and then they bring in God, and this is just bullshit. This is just one abuser sticking up for another abuser because she don't want to be called out herself. I believe God takes us where we need to go, and there's a reason for your spiritual journey that this is happening in your life and hers. This is all shit, my mother would say. This is all shit my mother would say, would like wind up to say, and the second you would challenge a word of it, the monster comes out. You dumb fuck you. That's how it goes down. You have something to give each other, and it would be a shame to not fully understand what that is. That's why I said keep praying about it, don't rush it, but be vigilant in pursuing the answers you need to get resolution. Even if that ultimate resolution is that you just can't have a relationship with her, and you may already be there, I don't know. But if it were resolved, it wouldn't be something you would continue to deal with. There is much more to the story, and this is from E. There is much more to the story, and I'm not typing it here. Love you for trying. I'll have to tell you sometime when I'm feeling up to talking about everything. She is a covert, passive-aggressive, sexually sadistic alcoholic with major narcissistic tendencies. For short, toxic. The woman shudders at the name Jesus Christ. You just don't know her like I do. Actually, it's a short story, I'm realizing. The woman never cared about my feelings. She lied to me my whole life and still does. She still sees me as a doll that she can abuse, manipulate, and lie to. And she really thinks I'm none the wiser. It's quite comical. Anyway, just talking about it is ramping up so much anxiety, Mama. I have to focus on my babies. They are the future. The four of us still continue to heal from our family's history. I can't focus on her. All I know is she is unhealthy for my kids. That's all I need to know. It's so confusing to kids when adults act so sinfully. And parents husbands still allow contact. That is not how. Parents still allow contact. That is not how husband and I would handle it if we were friends at school. Their parents, she is unsafe. Alright, so this is back to mother-in-law too. Sorry I was doing a copy job. It sounds like you've resolved what relationship you want to have with her, and I hope that you all will be able to live in peace and heal from this. It's definitely over my head. Anonymous C, no contact is my only option. She gives me no option. She isn't willing to be honest with me. I went to get house when she sneered and waved me off. Wouldn't even talk to me. I went to her house even. Mother-in-law says, makes my heart heavy. Makes my heart heavy. And she started a smear campaign against my dad as soon as he quit breathing. She abused that beautiful man until the day he died of a broken heart. Now that's the truth. He was my light. He was imperfect and human and horribly abused his entire life by his father. then drunkie. Bless his soul. He is with Jesus, and he is so proud of Ryan and I. She replies back, you told me we are passing on his light. She replies back, I don't mean to dredge up all this. I want you to know you all are very loved by us, and we want to be around you more. I hope you want the same. She replies back, E replies back, I do. I'm just grieving right now. This will be the last time. Once I am free of her covert narc abuse, I won't be fucking depressed all the time. Don't you ever wonder why I'm always so sad? And she sent her a link. Mother-in-law replies back, I didn't know you were always so sad. I didn't know why we seem to never be around y'all. E replies back, this video sums it up better than I can. I'm too emotional to talk about it. Just know she has other issues that make her even more toxic. I know. Why don't you ever invite us anywhere? I always love to break from my head. And mother-in-law replies back, we've had get-togethers at our house almost monthly since we moved back, and y'all were always invited. I think a lot of the time you were working on the weekend. Then I tried to work things around your schedule, but that didn't work either. But how come you never all invite us over? I don't think we've been to your house one time since we moved back. I would like to try to get together more often, that's all. E replies back, you've never been comfortable here, and I want you to be comfortable. I have to go get a root canal. Love you. Okay, mother-in-law replies back, it's not true I've never been comfortable at your house, just for the record. That hurts my feelings, and I mean that in a loving way. I don't think I've ever told you that I was uncomfortable at your house. We've had wonderful experiences at your house. Ours birthday party. You cooked a nice dinner. We've hung out at your house. I'm not sure where that is coming from. Oh, sorry about the root canal. Yuck, hate them. Hope it goes well. Love you. E replies back, wait a minute. E replies back, I'm driving. Sorry, I'm at a light. I read body language. You don't sit down. Gotta go through because I'm driving. Gotta go, though, because I'm driving. Love you. Well, I'm not going to fuss over it. I will tell you it's not the case. I find it sad that you would have not asked me about it. At least understand now what's been happening. Be careful. Love you, too. Replies back, I'm driving. I missed my appointment anyway. You don't care about my grieving mother or my... I missed my appointment anyway. You don't care about my grieving mother or my feelings. How dare you make my grief about us never going to see you and it being my fault. You like to kick me when I'm down, I guess. Just like her. Thanks. And my tooth is shattered. It hurts so bad. Thanks for asking. Invite us anytime. Just remember, I'm not you. She replies back, I'm sorry about your appointment and tooth, and I don't deserve your backlash nor being lumped into a pile with your mother. I wasn't making your grieving about anything. I thought we were having a conversation. My bad. Nothing is your fault. I just said my feelings were hurt and wish you would talk to me. And wish you would talk to me about it. I would never kick you while you were down. You presume too much. Sorry I bothered you today. He replies back, when I asked you what your love language was, you said when the house is all nice and clean. My love language is feelings. I could care less if my house is clean. But after you said that, I tried to explain that a house can't be a love language. You didn't understand, and I guess you never read the book. But I don't want you to feel like my house isn't clean because I don't love you. I do love you. But I keep you away because I know your love language is a clean house, and yes, I don't prioritize that. I'm just waking up to how I'm just waking up to how little the people that love me actually care about my feelings. Husband and I want to do different. We are doing it different. We do communication, feeling recovery. Feelings, recovery, gentle words, and we clean if there's time. Jesus didn't clean houses, he washed people. And thank you for being sorry you bothered me. When you speak with grieving people, try not to open unrelated wounds. My grief isn't about you. It only makes me feel more unloved. That doesn't help me. You need to try to be more sensitive. You see, this is histrionic. This is histrionic. I mean... I have to go now. I love you anyway. I love everyone, but I won't be abused or witness abuse anymore and keep my mouth shut. So please tell Dad that too. We are good people. Okay. Mother-in-law replies, oh, and also, did you pay for your for college for yours and the 3 you stole from? Oh, wait a minute. No, this is still E. Oh, and also, did you pay for the college for yours and the 3 you stole from mother-in-law 1? Don't make me feel guilty over something you yourself did not do. Stop abandoning us and telling me it's because no one visits you. Yeah, you all fucking did that. You blamed us. I was pregnant. We visited you all the time. Packed up and all his baby stuff so many weekends. But you still left us, blamed us. It hurt so bad. All I ever tried to do was keep trying to be better, even though I always feel like shit. No one fucking cares. I give up. Only one that has ever truly loved me is Jesus. I can't fucking wait. Alright, now mother-in-law 2 replies, you better quit. I'm at work and you're being ugly and I don't have time for you right now. E replies, you aren't alone, lady. Truth can be really hard to hear. I'd have been cool if you'd quit trying to blame. Blame isn't a thing, only truth and unconditional love. I've only ever been trying to show you how to love people unconditionally. You can't show people this. You can't teach somebody to love. You can't. And the problem is, she knew which buttons to push to get a reaction out of you. And that's what she got. That's what she got. Because I guarantee you this woman is trying to make you appear crazy to your husband. I promise you that. I promise you that. Either she's doing it directly or through his father. Truth can be really hard to hear. If you have been cool, you'd quit trying to blame. Blame isn't a thing, only truth and unconditional love. I've only ever been trying to show you how to love people unconditionally. All I ever wanted was respect and sensitivity for my feelings, and fine, I'm ugly. I'm finally sharing my feelings, finally. Sorry they aren't pretty, but neither is your abuse of all of us these years. I ain't gonna keep husband or the boys from you people, but know they are right to see through your manipulation. Kids these days have such a better grip. And knowing when to shut up is a wonderful thing. I've asked you once, and now I'm demanding that you... all right, this is mother-in-law too. And knowing when to shut up is a wonderful thing. I've asked you once, and now I'm demanding that you stop texting me. I'm at work, and I've given you all the time I'm going to, E. You're out of your league, and you're saying things that are none of your business. Stop. E replies, this is histrionic, E. This is histrionic behavior. And it's very easy to be isolated when you act like this. My feelings are my business, and when you hurt people, don't expect them to forget. When they forgive you, be grateful and try to learn how to love them better. Don't continue abusing them, especially if they just told you they are grieving. Okay, I'm done now. I love you. These are my feelings. Next day, then she doesn't reply, and oh wait, no, then he replies again. I'm sorry. Next day, I heard a story about dad cheating, but husband set me straight about that. So I'm very sorry. The only reason I said that I was misinformed, and I'll never be able to forget how you assumed I was cheating when I asked husband to leave because of his behavior. Thank you for letting me share my feelings. I love you. And that's the last one. Okay. Look. I could see in the text messages where she was baiting you and where she was testing the fence. But she was pushing the buttons to spark a histrionic response, which I think you're prone to do. Okay? These over-the-top type of responses like this are detrimental. That's histrionic. Is when you blow it out. And I understand what she was trying to do, but blowing it up on text messages, mass texting like that, that's histrionic. And it makes it very easy to have the entire situation turned on you when you do it. Okay? If you're going to have these histrionic meltdowns where anything can trigger you and it all comes about, and then everything and all the attention becomes about you and your meltdown and your triggering, and it never stops. It's just people get drained. And that's when people walk away. And they don't want to deal with you anymore. So, it's odd that, this is the type of conversation that you will have dealing with a drunkie the fuck clown. And it's incredible that this all took place the day she died. It's almost like she had to go jump in somewhere else. The spirit of drunkie the fuck clown lives, so. And she lives on Histrionics, so. You better get this out of your system, E. You better stop, because people will isolate you if it continues. That's the best advice I can give you. So, I hope that helps. Thanks for another contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general, to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance.